In part two, Saga and Chris Soriano take a deeper dive into Chris's broadcasting career and genesis, evolution, and community involvement of the ABL League. They even talk a little bit about the impact that COVID-19 had on baseball and how it played an effect on how he was able to schedule games based on the availability of the fields around Staten Island. Thanks again for watching. Here we go, on to part two.
So let's get into our next question. So we were talking a little bit about your time at CSI earlier. I'm aware you were a play-by-play broadcaster for the basketball team. Like, talk about that. How was that experience?
One of the best experiences of my life.
Hmm.
Seriously, just
Yeah.
absolutely incredible. The amount of people that I met along the way doing those games
Hmm.
was surreal, and people that I still talk to this day.
Hmm.
It was probably, like I said, the most insane experience of my college life.
Hmm.
We ended up broadcasting, following them to the Sweet 16 that year.
Oh, wow, that's
And
awesome.
yeah, we went
Yeah.
to Lancaster.
Yeah.
We took the
Hmm.
team.
Hmm.
We took our cars. We went to Lancaster.
Hmm.
We broadcasted them in the Sweet 16. They fell short, but that run was absolutely incredible. I get goosebumps thinking about it to this day
Hmm.
because it just was so surreal. That to me was my first like wow moment doing play by
Hmm.
play, doing broadcasting.
Hmm.
That was it. Like, if I couldn't fall in love with the medium even more,
Hmm.
doing that was
Hmm.
incredible. And we had,
Yeah.
the articles. I mean, we had, I
Hmm.
think, New York Times did an article on us, that Style Advance did an article on us. It was
Hmm.
phenomenal. And
Hmm.
TJ Tibbs, man, the way that that guy put that team on his back against, I think it was Rhode Island at home.
Is he the coach right now, TJ
He's the
Tibbs?
coach. Tibbs the coach right
Yes.
now. He's doing
Yes, he
great
is.
things.
Yeah, I've met him. Great guy.
I'll
Great guy.
never forget. My
Yeah.
father was at the game with my brother,
Hmm.
and you couldn't hear yourself think. It was
Yeah.
so loud. It was
Yeah.
so loud.
Hmm.
And I mean, Tibbs, Jordan Young,
Hmm.
Dale Toronto. You had Dylan Bolger, who
Hmm.
also,
Hmm.
has I coached Dylan in baseball shortly
Hmm.
after that.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, and
Hmm.
he's played in my leagues. I've coached with him, coached against him.
Hmm.
So, Matt Van Madden. I mean, they just had
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
squad. Wolf Hunt, just absolute squad
Hmm.
of guys. And to me, that was one of the, not one of the, that was the greatest moment in my entire
Yeah.
college career, was that.
I can only imagine, man. That's magnificent. Yeah.
And they
Again,
were so
to
great
do
too.
that. Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
so great. They came on our show every Saturday afternoon. We
Hmm.
would have a player come on. They'd either
Hmm.
phone in or they'd come in studio.
Hmm. Hmm.
We actually got Coach Tony Petoza to call
Hmm.
in twice,
Hmm.
which was like unheard of because everyone's like,
Yeah.
listen, we've been trying to get Petoza for 20 years.
For years,
We
and then
can't
you
get him.
guys,
We
yeah,
ended up
managed to
getting
get
him.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was phenomenal. It
Yeah.
was so
Uh-huh.
fun. So fun.
Yeah.
That
Huh?
entire experience, mint, mint.
Yeah. I'm glad you enjoyed your time over there. Yeah. But next question. So you work with Chris Russo, right? Because I remember we had this conversation once before. AKA the Mad Dog, who used to be the voice of WFAN. He now works on ESPN with Stephen A. Smith. If you guys know, what is one takeaway from your time with him?
So I worked on Mad Dog's station, I think, for every show but his show.
Hmm.
That was like when I was interning and I literally met everyone on the Howard Stern show except
Hmm.
Howard. But I
Hmm.
had met Mad Dog
Hmm.
and I've had the privilege of talking to him 3 or 4 times. And even went down one time when Big Mike Francesa was
Hmm.
there. I think they
Hmm.
had a reunion. I actually took a picture with the two of them and
Hmm. I have seen that picture before. Yeah.
had a little 2 minute
Yeah.
conversation with the two of them, and I thanked them. I shook both
Hmm.
their hands. I said, "Listen, you guys, I told Mike, I said, I've told Chris numerous occasions how much he has meant to me in terms of listening to sports talk and wanting to be in the sports talk, and you guys are both here together. So I just want to say
Hmm.
thank you. That was a moment, but yeah, Mad Dog was a character. I mean, he's definitely a
You don't gotta tell
character.
me. You don't gotta tell me because I watched enough of Mad Dog on TV,
Uh-huh.
and his we know how he is. Yeah, very animated.
But I'm telling you right now, the way you see him on ESPN is the
Hmm.
same way he is.
Yeah,
He is the
very
exact
passionate.
same. He is
Yeah,
the
yeah,
exact same way. The
uh
exact same way. And I think
yeah,
sometimes he kind of plays the zany thing a little bit too much because he's very smart. He's
hmm
brilliant to talk to. He's so
yeah,
educated. His sports knowledge is incredible. His knowledge about also, I mean, I've talked history with him, but
hmm
he's a smart guy.
yeah,
He's such a smart guy, but
hmm
really pretty much 98% of what you see
yeah,
on the air
yeah,
is him. Like I've
yeah,
had those conversations intimate with his office.
uh
It's wild, but
yeah,
that's him. That's him,
yeah,
and he is such a great guy.
uh
Mad Dog Radio is one of the premier channels on Sirius XM. That and NFL Radio were two of my favorites to work on. It was absolutely incredible.
yeah. That's great to hear. But Mad Dog comes across as a grumpy guy sometimes. That's how I see him. He's always yelling and oh, he's screaming about something. He
You
just,
know, like I
yeah,
said, he does the hand movements
yeah,
when
the
you're
hand
talking to
movement.
him. He
Yeah,
gets
yeah,
passionate,
yeah,
but is he an angry, grumpy guy?
yeah,
He is not. He
yeah, yeah,
is such a great guy. He's a vibe.
yeah,
He's really
yeah.
someone that you want to be around. He's the
Uh,
guy that you want to be at a bar drinking with
yeah.
and
Oh no,
watching
most
a game.
definitely. His energy is definitely up there.
100%.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
yeah,
He is just it's
yeah,
phenomenal.
yeah,
Phenomenal.
yeah,
Like that
yeah.
that's also like
Mhm.
when I was a 7-year-old kid in the
Yeah.
car listening to Michael the Mad
Mhm.
Dog, I could have
Mhm.
never imagined that I'm sitting there working on the guy's station
Yeah,
at
yeah,
Sirius XM. And then there were numerous times that we would talk in the
yeah, yeah,
hallways, by his
yeah.
office, outside the studio.
Mhm.
So phenomenal. I'm very, very lucky to have
Yeah.
met him and spoken to him and
Mhm.
gotten knowledge from him.
Yeah. That was definitely a dream come true, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah, yeah,
100%.
yeah, yeah. So besides the Mad Dog, what are some friendships and connections that you were able to make because of your heavy involvement in sports and broadcasting?
Well, like I said, there are still many people that um, I speak to from SiriusXM, CBS as well,
Mm-hmm.
CBS FM. SiriusXM, there are so many board ops that I worked with over the years, board ops producers that I still speak to. Um, Russell Lyden's another one that comes to mind. Mario Scapari he was over at CBS FM. Russ was at Sirius XM. These are good people. These are just great, great people, and I'm happy to have met them
Mm-hmm.
and kind of formed, a relationship with them. And they're good sports people. They're good guys,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, it's just, when you get into that business, you meet a lot of people. You meet a lot of people at the top, you meet a lot of people at the bottom. And to me, very rarely have I come across people that are just, oh, I'm disgusted by this person.
Mm-hmm.
I've been
Yeah.
fortunate, really, in numerous radio stations that I've been with, that I've enjoyed working with the people that I work with.
Mm.
Like,
That's what it's all
and
about. Mm-hmm.
it's 100%. And
Mm-hmm.
when you're sitting there 7, 8, 9, 10 years later, getting Christmas texts from them and
Mm-hmm.
birthday texts, you know that, hey, you know what? Hell, damn, I made an impact here.
Yeah. What
So
we had was special.
it's
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
it's phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, Kevin Feeney and
Mm-hmm.
Mike Riker were two people at SiriusXM. They were two phenomenal bosses,
Mm-hmm.
and just the life lessons that I would get from the two of them. And Kevin, there was a lot of stuff going on personally at the time when I was at Sirius, going through some rough stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I would call him, talk to him,
Mm-hmm.
come in the office, and he was very, very good. He was such a people person,
Mm-hmm.
and it was phenomenal to
Mm-hmm.
have bosses like that. I
Mm-hmm.
was spoiled. I've been spoiled. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've just been
Yeah.
spoiled to have great bosses in every
Yeah.
job that I've been with.
Yeah.
Um, you know, they have their different strengths and weaknesses. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Of course, yeah, that's human
Uh,
nature. Yeah.
but overall, I've been
Hmm.
blessed.
Yeah.
I've been blessed. I don't I'm
Yeah.
I can't say that I'm the guy that goes home and sits there and like, I hate my work, I hate my boss.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah. That's the
no,
worst.
no.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
been, like
Yeah.
I said, I've been so fortunate to work
Yeah.
with great people and for
Hmm.
great people.
Hmm.
Scott Shannon was another person, a
Hmm.
legendary DJ at CBS FM that I would talk to, and I'm like, I can't believe I'm talking to this guy, cousin Brucey,
Hmm.
the same thing. Like,
Hmm.
I'm like, I opened up the pages that my dad had these signed 8x10s of you, and now I'm talking to you 20 years later. This is
Yeah. Yeah.
surreal.
All
Like
right. Yeah.
meeting Mick
Mhm.
Foley in the elevator on my first day at Sirius XM, like
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
just insane. High
Yeah.
five to Ronda Rousey coming out of the
Yeah.
bathroom, like
Yeah. Yeah.
that
Yeah.
was
Huh.
just man.
It-
It's
Wish you could
incredible.
go back in time, right?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
And like I
Yeah.
said,
Yeah.
I love what I do where I'm able to, have that platform on YouTube. And I'm
Hmm.
very fortunate that also we're in a country where we're able to have a platform like that.
Absolutely.
And, it just, but man, I see so many, one of the big things that I see, I actually was, so brutally attacked the other day. It was something over the Mets.
Hmm.
I think it was something with, Ron Darling had said something about the Marlins taking a picture.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. I've watched that video several times,
Yeah,
and I
and
do
Gary
read the
Cohen said
comments. Yeah.
something,
Yeah.
and I went off to the
Yeah.
point of listen.
Hmm.
As much as I like the Mets broadcast booth,
I think they're one of the best in baseball. I'm not trying to be biased, but I
they
think they're
are.
one of the
Listen,
best.
they
Yeah.
are,
Yeah.
but pipe down, shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gary, it was the World Series for them. It was also the
It
World
was
Series
their
for
World
you
Series.
guys
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
all you
Yeah.
had to
Huh.
do was win a game.
Yeah.
I get
And they can
this.
even do that. No, because I think it's the Mets. It's all on the Mets. I mean, those guys should have. I mean, they were chastising the Mets the whole time for that series, but that's all on them. That's the players' fault.
Well, like I said, the Marlins, there's a reason why they made it their World Series because
Hmm.
they can't stand them. And it's always been
Hmm.
like that. And the
Yeah.
one rub that I'll give on the Mets, the one rub that I'll say that maybe you'll disagree with me as a Met fan, is
Hmm.
that I feel like some of these guys walk around like they've won something.
Who you talking about?
And
The
they
players?
haven't, yes. And you hear it from the fans and you hear it from the media, and it got totally overhyped this year with Soto.
Oh,
And the thing
100%.
is, the
Yeah.
Mets, to me, you have a history of losing.
Hmm.
You're not as miserable as the Jets. You're not as
Oh, they
miserable
shouldn't
as the
be.
Nets. You've
Yeah.
gotten to a championship recently. You've gotten to the
Yeah.
NLCS recently.
Uh-huh.
So it's not like you're a poverty franchise, but at the same
Yeah.
time,
Hmm.
when you're sitting there and you're outlandish with these celebrations and this and that, and
Yeah.
oh my God, and you got to hear this and that, and oh, we got Soto. That's it. That's it. That's it. Yeah, the Marlins and all the baseball, like, you know what? You got to play the
They,
games.
they
And
see
the
that.
Marlins
Yeah.
were only 4 games worse than them,
Yeah, yeah, which is that's
and
pretty pathetic in my opinion. I mean,
yeah.
they had the lowest payroll in the league compared to us, who had the highest payroll in the league. So
And
we were not
plus,
supposed to be nowhere near each other.
no,
Yeah,
nowhere
huh?
near. And plus, you
Yeah.
had the benches clearing that they had. I think it was Labor Day weekend when they were playing.
Hmm.
So I wasn't surprised the Marlins went all in. I wasn't
Hmm.
surprised at all. But, when I said that,
Hmm.
I got some hillbilly hick from, I don't know, Elvis country.
Yeah.
And I looked at your
Yeah.
resume. You've had all these jobs. You're probably jealous that you don't have, a good a career as Ron Darling, Gary Cohen.
Hmm.
Listen, you know what?
It's your right to criticize them.
I am happy
Hmm.
and content
Hmm.
with where I am. If I sat after this uh podcast,
Hmm.
I go outside and a sanitation truck just goes to me.
Hmm.
I can
Hopefully
say,
not.
I can say, as I'm
Yeah.
sipping my coffee and talking to
Yeah.
you, going out to
Hmm.
play Scoria, but
Hmm.
I could say that I have seen and heard and worked so many events
Hmm.
that, yeah, is there the hunger for more? Yeah,
Absolutely.
there
Yeah.
always is.
Yeah. We're never
And
complacent. Yeah.
no, and
Yeah.
like I said, I'm not saying that I'm, listen, stuff opens up with radio.
Absolutely.
Again, I'll
Hmm.
always listen,
Hmm.
but at the end of the day, I'm very content with where I'm at.
Hmm.
I got great jobs. Like I said, I still have a platform to talk. I still get content out there.
Hmm.
I so I'm happy, but it goes to show you how toxic social media
Oh,
is.
very,
Like
very.
I was not criticizing their
Yeah. Yeah.
styles. All I was saying was I disagreed, and then
Yeah. 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 And it's your prerogative
Tom
too.
from Kentucky says
Yeah.
that you
Yeah.
suck. I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
all right, dude. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I'm not making millions
Yeah.
of dollars, but you know what? I've
Yeah.
made
Yeah.
millions
Exactly.
of memories, and
Memories. And
those
you,
last a
yeah,
lifetime.
I was just about to say that you could never take those away.
No,
Never. Yeah.
no. And
Yeah.
again, does Gary Cohen or Ron Darling have a Battleview Orchards coffee mug? No, they don't.
Yeah.
No, they don't. I do. So there you go. So I am
Yeah.
better than
Yeah.
them.
I love your confidence, man. I do. I really do. Yeah. But you and your brother Ryan, also you guys were the commissioners of the ABL, the a league you guys started, right? Formerly known as SIUF,
We were at, yeah,
SIUF. Yeah.
SIUF, yes.
Yeah, yes, I remember it because that's when I first started. I think that was the second year you guys were in motion with the league, and
Mhm.
so what prompted you guys to like kind of start your own league, and like how were you able to get the resources and the support to fund this project to make sure it's up and running?
Well, this is breaking news. I mean, are me and Ryan dead?
No, no,
We were the commissioners. I mean, have we been replaced?
no. I meant
Is
because
Tyler taking over the league? I knew the Rays were winning, but I didn't know it was that much. No, no. By the way, Jim Leland, shout out Tyler, one of the best.
yeah.
Bro, bro. If we can get a 10 a.m. game instead of a 9 a.m. game, better off. Love Tyler,
Oh
love
yeah,
Brandon,
oh yeah,
love Coach
yeah,
Rob. That family,
yeah. I was just playing with
tremendous.
Tyler yesterday. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
tremendous, tremendous.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so yeah, we I always wanted to do my own thing.
Yeah.
And I had at the time in 2020, it
Hmm.
was 2019. I was 3 years into having a nice little organization. It wasn't as big as say the Orioles or Richmond County, but we had about 7, 8 teams.
Hmm.
The Blue Jays. Were playing out of Mid Island. We had been playing out of some Brooklyn leagues. We've been playing out of the MAC League over at New Springville.
Hmm.
So we were kind of all around, and we had a lot.
Hmm.
And it was like, hey, you know what? People get in my ear, like, you know what, man? Maybe you could actually start something up. And you know, I had been at Mid
Hmm.
Island as a player and a director, coach.
I was talking about this yesterday. Somebody brought that up yesterday that you used to play, and that back when Mid Island used to have a bunch of Mid Island teams, and you guys used to wear MI on the jersey and then wear different colors. Yeah, I was talking about that yesterday. I didn't know that actually. It was interesting to know.
2005 was my
Yeah.
first year. Shamrock Pains
Hmm.
was my team. We
Hmm.
were green. We were green. We were
Hmm.
literally, I
Hmm.
mean, as green as you can be was the
Yeah.
colors.
And not
I'll
Oakland
send you
green.
the yeah. I gotta send you the
Yeah.
team picture. That
Oh
and
yeah, definitely. I'm looking
but
forward to seeing it. Yeah.
it was just so. It was a simpler time, and at
Hmm.
that time, Anthony was involved in the league. Anthony Coletti, who's the president
But yes,
now.
yes, yeah,
George Reynolds was the
yeah.
president, and Anthony was
Hmm.
either vice president or Anthony was on the board.
Right.
And I think 2 years in, I think Anthony then became president, and he's done just a phenomenal job with it. But yeah, I mean, I was there for a very long time. I learned so much from Anthony on how to run things. And again, I know that the hot popular thing on the street is to kind of it's almost like what you see like in like politics nowadays where we have to divide. And it's always like, oh well, ABL wasn't like Mid Island, Mid Island wasn't like ABL, or
Oh
this
yeah, we
isn't
do
like
that
them, or they
comparison
was
all
like.
the time.
And
Yeah,
listen,
yeah,
I've heard so many things over the years, and it's just like I said, I love them. I think they love me.
yeah,
But like I said, I know that when I first started the league, I could have done things better, gone about things better. And there was a
yeah. We're
little
not perfect
thing there
people.
for a
Yeah,
year,
yeah.
but I think it's good to have a little bit of a variety. And my thing
Right.
is, I think we're both different and unique in our own ways. And when I started the league in 2020, Frank Cambria was a huge asset in giving us those fields. And we started off with just having New Springville and Verrazano, and we started
Mhm.
off in the midst of COVID.
Right, right, right.
So
And that was a tough time. Yeah.
we were able to get it off the ground. We played a 10-game season,
Hmm.
and it was great because we didn't have to worry about anyone else having the field because we were the only ones playing.
I was gonna say that nobody else was playing. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
they had already scrapped the youth leagues.
Hmm.
And Anthony and myself were the only two leagues, I believe. It was SIUF and Mid Island
Hmm.
that started because the little leagues were done. I mean, that was above their heads. They couldn't play.
Hmm.
So, and they didn't start really the high school leagues until the following year. So we
Hmm.
had carte blanche, and it was so easy schedule wise. Oh my
Hmm.
God,
Yeah,
it was
because
so
the field was
easy.
vacant every day. Yeah, yeah,
Yes, compared to
yeah,
what
huh?
we then started to
Yeah,
have.
yeah, yeah,
And then
yeah.
the more teams we got, the more it was like, oh my goodness.
The harder it
And
gets.
then the
Yeah,
year
yeah.
you came in,
Hmm.
2021, it's gotta
2021.
be
Oh,
the
you remember that,
gotta be the
right?
best year.
Yeah,
We,
yeah, yeah.
we
When
had
I was on the
22
Cougars, the
teams.
Brooklyn Cougars.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
had 22 teams that year. It
I didn't realize we
was,
had that many. Wow. I mean, we
yeah,
divided into three
we
divisions, right?
had three divisions that
Three
year.
division. I remember. Yeah.
It was incredible.
Hmm.
At the same time, it was such a disaster.
Yeah. The
Bitch
competition
with
was really
the
good in 2021. I remember
Well,
that
it
too.
was good, but
Yeah.
I was doing the schedule, and my God, it was a horror show. Just
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
sit there, and especially when we got rainouts,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my
it was
God. Yeah.
it was
There's a
some of the
lot of
best
that.
competition that I think we've
Hmm.
had.
Yeah.
It was phenomenal,
Hmm.
and like I said, I look back at that year as I think our crowning achievement.
Hmm.
Um, and then what hurt us was the following year, I believe, New Springville had lost their
2022.
yeah, New Springville had lost their field.
Hmm.
And we had gone in thinking we had weeknight games,
Hmm.
and we didn't because their field was shut down. So we ended up using West Shore, the
Hmm.
Berries. We were able to get Verrazano after a while.
West Shore. I remember West Shore. That's the one, the
Yeah.
300-foot field, right? Yeah. All
So
around. Yeah. Yeah.
all we were
Yeah.
able to do, we had Staten Island Academy. I remember
Hmm.
that year. So
Hmm.
all we were able to do was weekend doubleheaders.
Hmm.
And we lost a handful of teams because they, had you
Couldn't
have
do it.
commitments
Yeah.
on weekends.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so we had to recover from that also. So again, we've always kind of been, you know, like I said, we started off during a freaking pandemic, and then
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
had to pick ourselves back up after we lost, that field, and then by the grace of God, Mark Kane, Tom Kane, and South Shore, and that really put us back on the map with
Hmm.
just a premier field to
Hmm.
have to call home. I know New Springville has its detractors, but you play there for about 10 years, you get used to it.
Hmm. It's not a perfect field by any
It's
stretch of
not
the
a perfect by any
imagination.
stretch,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
you get used to it.
Yeah, you
Um,
kind of have to. You
yeah,
have to
yeah.
adjust. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, listen,
Yeah.
I look at it as the times, and if you
Hmm.
have any old school guys watching, they used to play in the old TM and Murphy. Hell,
Yeah,
they were playing on literally driveways. I
yeah,
mean, the
yeah, yeah.
Mariners Harbor
Concrete.
Field,
Yeah,
Silver Lake
yeah, yeah,
House. I mean,
yeah,
the old berries were brutal. So
yeah, yeah. I heard about that. Yeah,
if
actually.
those
Luckily
games
for
can
me,
get,
I didn't play on those on
yeah,
in that
yeah.
time, but
If
but
those
yeah,
games
I'm
can get
playing.
played there, then we
Yeah,
can
yeah,
pretty much play anywhere. But
yeah. Right.
but and then we started to expand with the teams. We started to expand with the fields. We started to
Mhm.
expand with the directors.
Right, right, right.
Like I said, Ryan was really in it with me from day one,
Hmm.
but he wasn't really behind the scenes. He was more so managing his own team. It was really me, myself, for the first year and a half
Yeah,
of this thing.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, and
That's a lot
then
on your plate. I don't know how you were able to do
yeah,
that. So,
it was.
kudos
Oh
to you.
God.
Yeah. Huh.
And then definitely got the reinforcements.
Hmm.
Obviously, Tyler's father, Rob Brizano,
Yeah, she's part of the
stepped
board
up.
too.
Mike
Yeah,
Trombetta, who
yeah.
became our vice president. I mean, just the knowledge that Mike has alone of working at Staten Island Little League and kind of helping build that brand and what he's done with in terms of fundraising and kind of the knowledge on how to run the league. He's someone that whose ear I've been because he's been there before. Like I said, I'm only 6 years into running my own thing. So I'm always open to listening to ideas, listening to stuff. Rob also very old school guy who is firm but he's fair.
Hmm.
And having those people on the board and just the other people that we have on the board um are just they're great people and they
Hmm.
love baseball. They love it. And
Hmm.
I know it's if you're a player, and I've had this, if you're a player or a coach, sometimes it can be frustrating at times, but I'm telling you right now, the effort and the care that everyone has with trying to put the best thing out for everybody, it's bar none. Bar none the best. And next year is going to be fun. Like I said, there's stuff that we're working on next year that I think it could be the best ever.
Hmm.
Um, so my thing would be stay tuned for 2026
Hmm.
because it was tough not to do fall ball, but
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that too. Yeah. Hmm.
pretty much, sometimes you need a mental
Hmm.
reset. Sometimes you need a
Hmm.
reset as a whole.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong
And
with that at all.
I
Yeah.
think it's okay to say that we needed a reset.
Hmm.
I think the directors needed a reset. Obviously, there's still places to play, as you
Hmm.
know. And we had told teams, listen, we're not gonna be doing fall. Anthony's down
Hmm.
the road. We'll see you in 26.
Hmm.
And then you have Jersey leagues. So it wasn't that, oh my God, people are not gonna play fall ball if ABL doesn't do it. There's plenty of options for people. That's why
Absolutely.
there's Jersey leagues, Brooklyn leagues, Staten Island leagues.
We still
So
have the Mid Island going on. The B division of Staten Island is basically ABL.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, it
yeah,
is.
yeah,
And
yeah. I just played against the
it's
Fun Station Ravens yesterday. I was an ABL team.
yeah,
Yeah,
listen, it's
yeah,
so fun to
yeah.
kind of sit there and
Hmm.
like, oh my God, like this like ABL's representing, like,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. ABL in the house.
So
Yeah,
exactly. So
yeah. Hmm.
yeah, listen, that's cool. And like I said,
Hmm.
Staten Island baseball is it's still fun. Like I said, it's tough sometimes in terms of managing egos and permits and this and
Hmm.
that. It
Hmm.
can
Hmm.
be difficult, but
Hmm.
I tell you right now, I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Hmm.
We have a great team of people that
Hmm.
literally just they care about baseball. They care about putting the best out there for
Hmm.
everyone, and we're not numb to crit like we would welcome criticism. We would welcome ideas. That's I think some things that people I think they feel with people in power or people like directors, like they don't want to hear that. No, lay it on us.
Hmm.
You have a thing. I'm not saying be a schmuck about it,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
yeah, you know what? You have an idea, whatever. You have some. Come to me. Come to my brother. Come to Mike. Come to Rob.
Yeah, yeah.
We're
You guys
we're
were open
all
minded. Yeah,
we're all open minded, and I
yeah, yeah.
feel I feel like that's something where and that's a whole other podcast where we're going as a country and a society and everything nowadays. But that's just like you can't tell people anything without it
Hmm.
being the end of the world. It's like first of all, at the end of the day,
Hmm.
it's baseball. It's
Hmm.
recreational baseball
Hmm.
on Staten Island. We're not
Yeah,
going to Yankee Stadium. This is
yeah,
not the
yeah,
World Series. We
yeah.
have work and real jobs the next day.
Exactly.
if
Yeah.
if we're sitting here getting fed
Hmm.
up and so angry
Hmm.
that an umpire blows a call on a Sunday morning, who cares? All right, you
Yeah,
lost
who
the
cares?
game.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Big
And then we
deal.
we all want to win. We do want to win, but at a certain
Listen,
point, it's like okay, they're
I
human
sit
at the end of the
there,
day.
I
Yeah.
sat there and threw a Gatorade bottle
Hmm.
years ago.
Hmm.
At people. I remember we were. It was at like the YMCA. It was
Hmm.
just like so. I've been known to be an animal myself. I'm not perfect. I'm not gonna sit there and go. I've been just a
Oh no, of course not. We're
a
passionate about the
mannequin in the
game.
dugout. I
Yeah, yeah.
totally get that.
Hmm.
But you know what? I'm telling you,
Yeah.
when you sit there and you go from player to
Hmm.
coach to
To now.
administrator,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you see things that the players are not seeing and
From
the
another
coaches aren't
perspective.
seeing.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's why I said I welcome anyone. We have things. You want to be a board director? Give us a resume. Let's have a meeting. Let's get a new, fresh set of ideas. We're always welcoming to new people. And I think that's what's made the good league successful. I think that's why we have been successful, because we do listen to our audience. We do listen to people. We care. And like I said, that's why all these other leagues. That's why you see how good NJABL is doing, how good USABL is doing, how good Mid Island, how good PGL is doing, because you have smart people up top that care, that know baseball and know the sport. It's fun. It's fun. It's exciting. So, like I said, 26. Listen, I'm enjoying the fall weather, my pumpkin spice, my
Yeah, it
coffee,
hasn't been too cold so far this
my
fall, so
Sunday
that's a
morning
beautiful
walk.
thing.
It
Yeah,
hasn't.
yeah, yeah,
It's like the baseball guys, and then if
yeah,
ABL did fall ball, it'll be 20 degrees every day.
yeah, yeah,
That was just our luck. We got to reschedule again.
yeah,
Just my luck. I'd be
yeah,
sitting there
yeah.
going, we got a double header. We got a roll. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
listen, yeah, it has been good weather yet, but
yeah.
like I said, we're enjoying everything, and we're just not, we're definitely throwing out ideas, and
hmm
some of the stuff that I'm thinking of 2026, it's going to be really special. So I
Yeah,
would I
I
would say
can't
stay
wait.
tuned for that.
I'm
Yeah.
really looking forward to it.
And so am I.
Yeah.
So am I. I cannot
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah. So next question. I know every year you guys have a charitable all-star game, the annual all-star game that you guys have. This year I think you guys want to support the Grace Foundation of New York, Grace of New
Yeah.
York Foundation. What other contributions was ABL able to make? Or are you guys able to make?
So we have donated, obviously, to
Mhm,
Tunnel Towers over the
mhm,
years. We have
mhm,
donated to suicide prevention.
mhm,
We have donated, obviously, to autism lifestyles over the years. We've donated to numerous autism charities. Grace Foundation, we have gone now, I think it's 2, 3 years in a row where we've done the All-Star game for charity. It was
right.
something that we had sat collectively as a board and discussed on, again, how to kind of refresh the product. It was one of those, how do we refresh the product, number one. And
Mhm,
number two, my big thing when I started this league was, yeah, it's great to have another option for people to play baseball
mhm,
and fields that you may not have been playing at if we
mhm,
didn't start the league. So it's
mhm,
fun.
mhm.
At the same time, giving back to the community was
I was
was
just
my
about to say that.
huge
Yeah, yeah.
thing.
Yeah, I was just
So
about to say that. Yeah.
what we've been able to do has been phenomenal. And like I said, when we said let's do the All-Star game to raise money for a cause, and we decide on the Grace Foundation,
Mhm,
and we have other obviously foundations that we're looking to have more charity games for next year.
mhm,
But it is special, and it's just a feel good feeling every year. You see these families and these people come down, and the Grace Foundation baseball team plays their own game before, and then
mhm,
we do our own game. And
mhm,
some of these players will sit there and they'll watch and they'll be enamored, and I think last year we had one of the guys just go up and try and get autographs. I
mhm.
mean, it was to him it was the best thing in the world, and to
Yeah.
me, and as someone who works in that field, and that's another thing I would not trade for the world, working in this
Mhm,
field,
mhm,
it is just absolutely special to see that. And
mhm,
to me, that's what makes everything worth it. All
mhm,
of the angry texts and phone calls that I get
mhm,
in the
mhm,
middle of the night, all of the, F this and F that. At the end of the day, it's worth it when you're giving back to the community.
mhm.
And to me, you can't top that.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
100%.
no baseball game is going to
Mhm.
top giving back to the community, in my
No,
eyes.
no, no, you're right. You're right. You're 100% right. Last but certainly not least, who do you have winning the World Series this year? I know you mentioned Boston earlier, but
I don't want to say Boston's going to get there, because that's going to mean obviously my
oh
Yankees are
yeah.
going home.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But
They're gonna hate you.
I'm not gonna go up. I'm a guy that really doesn't go back on my word, and
hmm
I said in March that I think Boston could get there. I still think Boston could get there. I don't think my Yankees have what it takes to beat them.
Hmm.
I could see him winning tonight,
Hmm.
but I don't see them having
Winning the whole
enough to
thing.
beat Boston. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Boston survives. Like I
Yeah.
said in March, they're gonna
Hmm.
get there, I think. Um, although
Hmm.
Seattle, that atmosphere is gonna be very, very tough. But I still think Boston's gonna pull it out. I would love to see Seattle. Obviously, I don't want Boston there. Seattle and
Yeah.
Detroit would be
See, I wouldn't mind
phenomenal.
seeing Seattle. I wouldn't mind seeing Seattle because do they even have a championship? They don't.
No,
They don't have a championship,
no.
right? Yeah. I actually would love to see a new team win
I
it all.
love to
I
see
love it.
Seattle.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mariners and Brewers. I know people would say,
That's
"Oh,
not a
it
sexy
would get
matchup.
no," but I
Yeah.
would
Yeah.
love to
I
watch
would
it.
watch it. Yeah, I would watch it.
And
Yeah.
one of those
Yeah.
teams is going to get their first World Series win. So I think
And that's
it'll
what I
be
would like
good.
to see, honestly. Yeah, I would love to see a first time team like a team win their first championship. It was great. I mean, as big of a controversy as it was when the Astros won their championship in 2017, but that was their first championship, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken. Yeah, yeah. Huh?
And I think a National League. I like Philly a lot.
Ah, don't
I
say that.
like I like Mil- I like
I don't like Philly.
I like Milwaukee a lot.
Yeah, Milwaukee, yeah, they have a
The
very scrappy
problem
team.
the problem is Milwaukee has shown us over the years that they can't get it done in October.
They can't
But
get it done. Yeah, yeah.
I feel like they have the most complete team there. I'm sorry, I don't like the
I agree.
Dodgers. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
like the
No, I'm not a Dodger.
Dodgers.
I'm not a Dodger guy either. Yeah, yeah.
And if the
I don't.
Mets and if the
Yeah.
Mets made it, the Mets were taking them out. I'm telling you right
Yeah,
now, the Mets were going to take
I
them
had a
out.
good feeling that they would have. I don't know why. What got into me? Like why I thought that, but
If they
I have a
got in,
feeling.
they were going to the LCS because they would have beat
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Dodgers and then they would have been in Philly's head and they would
yeah,
have beat
yeah,
him in five. So
yeah,
I
yeah.
think they would have got there, but they're not. I think the Dodgers will take care of the Reds. I'm thinking
Tonight they will for sure. Yeah, it's
I'm
not
gonna
even a series.
I'm gonna go. I'll go Red Sox Brewers.
Red Sox Brewers. I think that would
Yeah,
be a great matchup though.
yeah.
Red Sox Brewers though. Yeah, I don't even think that's ever happened before. Have they ever
No,
match up against each other? Yeah, that would be great to see.
I think the Brewers are the most complete team in the National League,
I agree with you,
and
100%.
I think they're gonna outlast these guys. Like I
I
said,
love their brand of baseball. That's the thing I love most about the
that's the
Brewers.
thing. I feel like it's
Yeah,
more of
yeah.
an old school feel.
It is an old school
So
field. Yeah.
I love that. Like I said, the Dodgers, they're another one. They spent all this money. I don't think they're that good. Granted, they have injuries, but
Yes, true.
I
Yeah.
don't see them getting there that
And I don't know if
far.
they have the hunger, if they have the hunger to repeat though, too, because you gotta have the hunger, you gotta have the drive, the determination to be able to say, okay, let's do it
Yeah,
again. A lot
yeah.
of guys are satisfied. I'm not saying that that group of players are, but that I just think that you just have to have that hunger because sometimes when you win, it's like, okay, we won it all already, so we could
Right.
kind of take our foot off the gas. But I don't think I'm not. I don't think that that squad is like that. But I just think that they just they just have that hunger as they did last year because they were really determined last year despite not having enough pitching.
I would like to see the Cubs also, but I don't trust their offense. Their offense is too
Yeah, me
inconsistent
neither.
for me.
Yeah,
So I
very
don't trust
inconsistent.
them. San Diego always chokes.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, like I said, and like I like Philly. I do like Philly, but I don't think
Yeah,
I think it'll be
losing
Milwaukee.
Zach Wheeler hurts though. Losing Zach Wheeler hurts.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
If they had Wheeler, I would probably go Phillies.
yeah.
But
It
I
still wouldn't surprise me if they get very far though.
no, yeah, I think the NLCS will
Yeah,
be Milwaukee
Philly
and
ultimately.
Philly, but
Hmm.
I think they
Hmm.
yeah, I think the Milwaukee's the most complete team in the National League.
I agree. I agree. Yeah. And I think they're like I said, the brand of baseball is going to get them very far. So
Oh yeah,
it's
100%.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So that I could definitely see Milwaukee getting into the World Series for sure.
Should be a fun one.
Yeah, it's gonna
Because
be fun. It's
I
gonna be
have
fun. Yeah,
nothing to look forward to with football. So
yeah, yeah. You're a Jets fan. I know. I, I can only imagine.
fire Aaron Glenn
Yeah,
soon,
yeah, yeah,
please.
yeah, yeah,
Please.
yeah. You
So,
replace one coach to get another that, and the results are exactly the same. So.
Well, you you
Oh,
you replaced one loudmouth that was all bluster with another loudmouth that has no blood. The only difference is that Aaron Glenn has played here and he
yeah,
played under Bill Parcells. Who cares? The guy's not a head
yeah,
coach. I'm sorry.
yeah,
I've
yeah,
seen all
yeah.
I could see in 4 games. The guy's trying way too much, and then he's screaming at the guys in
Mhm.
Miami. We heard Aaron Glenn screaming in the Hard Rock Stadium. Well, you know what? Coach them
It
up.
doesn't mean anything.
These
Yeah, yeah,
penalties
yeah,
these penalties are on you.
yeah, yeah,
And you've made
yeah.
such dumb decisions. What about not accepting the penalty? You could have, just, oh my God, the game
Yeah,
against Tampa Bay, he
yeah,
screwed that game up.
yeah. It was a very
Screwed it
close game
up.
though too. It was a very close game though too. Yeah, and crazy part is though that first game of the season when Justin Fields balled out, and you guys had to had a great showing against the Steelers, and you thought they would have made progress from there. Like, I mean, you lost the game at the end, but you thought they would have made progress from there, and it just seems like they're just regressing every week.
Regressing every week. The games have
Yeah,
been competitive, but I wouldn't be fooled by that.
hmm
Fields has looked good,
yeah.
surprisingly good. You figure when the shoe's gonna drop. Sauce Gardner is the most overrated player in the NFL. I can't stand this guy. I can't stand watching him on the
Yeah,
sidelines every week.
I've heard his name a lot of times throughout the years. I've been hearing about him, but
I'm tired of
he
hearing
just
about him
oh
because
yeah,
he's
yeah, yeah,
just it's
yeah.
overhyped is beyond the word.
hmm
But I'm going to say if they don't beat Dallas on Sunday at home,
They're also in shambles too, the Dallas Cowboys.
that defense
Yeah.
is one of the worst defenses possibly constructed in the history of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
NFL.
yeah.
So if they can't beat Dallas
They're
at
not beating
home,
anybody. Yeah.
it's gonna be. I mean, I had them at 4 wins,
Long
and
season.
I was
Yeah.
criticized for having another thing. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, I have
That was too many wins or
too
too
many.
little. Yeah.
I have the
Four
Giants.
wins
No,
sound
no, too
reasonable
little.
though.
I'm not too
Yeah,
little.
yeah.
I have the
That was too
Giants.
little. Oh yeah.
I have the Giants at 7 or 8, and I was criticized. Now the neighbor's injury is
Now
gonna
that they have
hurt,
Jackson, yeah, it's definitely going to.
but
Yeah.
Jackson Darmton right now, this guy's the
He's
real
like
deal.
yeah, fresh air. Like he's a yeah, that guy
And
right
there's
there,
a good chance you wake up
uh-huh.
Monday morning and you're 2-2, and you're
Yeah.
500 4 weeks into the
Yeah.
season.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what and that's all you gotta do, just get back on track
hmm
in the NFL. Yeah.
So and I think the Saints are coming at a great time for them.
hmm
So like I said, I think the Giants are on the way up. The Jets just are a clown show mess. And like I said, if they
hmm
can't beat Dallas, then like I said, I had them at 4-13. They may be less than that
hmm
if they can't beat Dallas.
That's true. That's true.
So
Yeah, yeah. They're a very dysfunctional organization. That's to say the least.
dysfunctional
Yeah,
is not even the word. It's just pathetic. It really
yeah,
is. And
yeah,
this is the
yeah.
same thing every year. They
hmm
try and get they love getting these defensive new coaches. Like
Yeah.
get a guy that's had some experience because
hmm
clearly it's not working.
Yeah,
Clearly it's not working.
yeah,
So we'll see. Maybe one day
yeah, yeah.
they'll
Maybe one day. Yeah, yeah. Huh. I'm a Mets fan, so I know your pain. I always feel like the Mets will never win in my lifetime. So it's the same with the Jets. And imagine being both a Mets and Jets fan, and you see a lot of them. There's a lot of Mets
hmm
and Jet fans out there. So I really feel bad for them.
I guarantee you
Yeah.
there was a portion of Mets and Jets fans that were in Miami to
Mhm.
watch them both win, and they
Oh my
probably both
God.
lost. You
Oh my
gotta
God.
be,
That's
I mean,
brutal.
that has to
Yeah.
be torture.
Oh my God.
Torture.
Yeah.
So you better take advantage of everything else around Miami because your sports teams let you down.
And of all teams, the
So,
Dolphins too, they're not very good. And I mean, the
no,
Marlins are much better, but the
no.
Dolphins are, yeah.
That was one that I thought was a winnable game, should have been a winnable
I
game for
thought so
them,
too. I
and
thought so too. Yeah.
they choked it up again. So I don't know.
hmm
Well, what are you calling a fair catch at the 2 yard line? What's wrong with you? But again, that falls on the
hmm
coaching. You have to know
hmm
this.
Yeah.
But he says, "Oh, we're gonna people that can't help us win, they're gonna be out." Okay,
Oh yeah, yeah,
he
yeah.
cut a practice player the first week. I'm
I
sorry,
was gonna say,
the guy was
I
a seventh
remember
string
that.
practice
Yeah.
player.
Yeah.
My thing is, those words go hollow
hmm
when Sauce is getting torched, and
And you can't cut Sauce Gardner.
you can't.
Yeah. Huh.
But the thing
Yeah.
is, and I'm
Yeah.
not saying to, but my thing is,
Yeah.
you sit there and you say that and you talk tough. Well, now your stars aren't getting it done. Now
hmm
what do you
Now
do?
what can you do? You can't do
Because
anything about it.
you
Yeah.
can't. And now
Yeah.
it's another coach whose words have gone hollow again. This is
hmm
just, he doesn't have a
hmm
catchphrase. No, he has a catchphrase. It's "We're not the same old Jets," and he's, you know what? He's 100% right. They're not. They're worse. They're worse.
Yeah, yeah.
They're
You
worse.
definitely off to an inauspicious start, I'll tell you that. But hopefully they could turn things around. Who knows?
We'll see.
Sports is crazy. You can't predict
Hmm.
it. So yeah. Man, I mean, it was great having you, huh? Yeah, thank you for being on the Fuego&Slugger podcast. And we really were looking forward to having you and to have you here and talk about sports, beautiful thing. So we definitely need to do this a lot more often.
Anytime, anytime.
Yeah,
Like I said, we can
yeah,
revisit it also when we're a little bit deeper into the football season. Basketball season will probably be starting up.
very soon,
And
very
so we'll
soon.
do a little
Yeah.
basketball preview, and then we can previews in the World Series. So yeah, we
Yeah.
could
We could talk
listen.
sports all day. We could do this all day.
We should see each other in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, most definitely. Definitely. I'm looking forward to it, really. Honestly, I can't wait.
Thank you, my
Yeah.
friend. Again,
Yeah. Thank
you've been doing a great job with this stuff. Like I said, knowing you as just a tremendous player and
mhm.
everything, and it's fun to see,
Yeah.
that you're doing this podcasting and you're pretty good at
Mhm.
it. So
Yeah.
again,
Oh man,
keep it up, keep it up,
I'm learning from the best. I'm learning from the best. You are the best.
keep it up, my friend. Keep it up,
Yeah, yeah. Thank you very much. I appreciate the kind words.
and go Rays
Well, yeah, 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 yeah. Go Rays. Oh yeah, let's go. Yeah, we
always.
win that B division. We win that B division. I know that for a fact.
Easy, easy. Print it,
Yeah,
print it.
yeah,
Print
yeah.
print this
Take that
quote.
to the
The
bank.
Rays
Yeah,
are taking it again.
yeah, yeah. Once again, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It was a pleasure though. Huh?
no problem, my friend. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Have a good one. Enjoy the Yankee game too. Hopefully, it win for your sake.
Hopefully, hopefully.
Yeah. All right. Have a good
Bye.
one. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked it, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to see more videos like this, please hit that subscribe button so you can get more content, and please share. Again, thank you. Slugger out.